Hi, I'm Sally Franz, and we're going to be looking right there. And this is Good News for Change, Serenity Style. And I'm here with Tanya Rowely and Nikki Knitz. And we also have baby Jordy in the room because this is a baby-friendly place, which would make sense. It's the Forks Abuse Program out here in Forks. And my first question is, what is your mission statement?
Our mission is to provide shelter, advocacy-based counseling, and preventative services for victims of DV, SA, and general crime.
And DV is?
Domestic violence.
Domestic violence.
And sexual assault and crime victims.
Okay.
So general crime, homicide, theft, robbery, stuff like that.
Wow. That's a gamut. And traditionally in our society, we think of that as women. Do you also serve men at this facility?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And that's an important issue because this is becoming more and more an issue. We see it when there's economic breakdown in a family group many times, where this stress of having no income and no resources, possibly layered over with coping with substances, boom. That's fireworks for a lot of really sad stuff going on in families, and this is a place where you put it together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I also mentioned we serve transgender and gender non-binary.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. So, everybody.
Gender non-discriminate. Yeah.
Anyone who is a victim of this kind of a crime.
Yes.
Where do you get your funding?
Through the state, mostly OCVA. We do get some private donations.
OCVA is?
Office of Crime Victim Advocacy.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
They kind of funnel all of the state funding to the various programs.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's a state-funded program. And you've already talked about what populations you serve. Can you tell me one or two success stories?
Yes, we have a couple. So we have a woman who came to us, this was a few years back, and she had only been clean from heroin for like a few days. Like she could probably count on one hand, maybe two. And we put her into our domestic violence shelter with her 3 children. And her motto was trust the process, which if you are, yes, if you are a person who has had to rely on systems like welfare systems and the criminal justice system and healthcare system, and you don't have a lot of resources, what we found is a lot of people don't have really positive experiences. So to put your faith into trust the process is really difficult. And in my experience, most people can't do that and commit to it because they've had negative experiences.
It's absolutely too frightening.
That's right.
It fails.
And it's been already failed them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she's doing this despite, because this is her last chance. She's got to get clean, get her kids back. Oh, I misspoke. She didn't have her children initially.
Yeah. Okay.
So she worked on getting sober, getting work, working with CPS, doing what she needed to do, jumping through all the hoops. She eventually did get her children back, which was huge.
A huge success story.
Huge. But it was also a challenge. It was also an adjustment. She had been living without them for X amount of time, and they without her. So it was an adjustment for everyone, and they were teenagers, so there's also that dynamic.
Now we get that later. Yeah.
But she did it, and she got a voucher to get into her own housing. She found housing, she got in, and she has been thriving ever since. Just continues to move up. She's a peer mentor for folks for other folks who are struggling with substance use. And what else can we say about her?
She's in an incredibly healthy relationship.
Yeah, she's in a very good relationship.
Yeah, she's really good about setting her boundaries and sticking to them.
Just a very positive, cheerful person.
Yeah, amazing what happens when you're given that opportunity. This is why we partner with groups like the Forks Abuse Program, because when someone is homeless, again, they're so far down the ability to help themselves that they need this kind of a program to get a hand up and a trusted, safe space. And I think we talk about sheltering our neighbors, and we know low barrier means first you shelter someone so they can be stable, and then they can do that good work on themselves. And what an exciting result. So are most of the people that you deal with from the Forks area?
Most of them are. We get people from, of course, surrounding tribes, and then like the Quileute tribe and Ho tribe a lot. Sometimes from Makah tribe, Bay, CQ. What other?
So I would say probably more likely from Lake Pleasant, or is that
Squim, maybe
all the way
even.
from Squim,
Yeah,
all the
Squim
way
and
so
PA
the
as well.
whole
Yes.
county.
But I mean,
Yeah.
folks come in from out of state, from
Yeah.
Seattle, from
Sure.
East Washington. I mean,
Yeah,
just-
and I know that a lot of the times when people do come from other places, other parts of the states, they're sometimes coming out here to see family, or hopefully there's one last couch to surf on, and then everything can fall apart, or they're here with a spouse at work, and a partner, and then
A lot
a
of
breakdown.
times I hear, we came this direction because it's there's a lot of, it's isolated, it's quiet,
he won't find me here.
and he won't find me
And
here,
he won't
she
find
won't
me.
find me
Yeah.
here.
they won't
Yeah,
find
so
me
a
here.
lot of times
So
that's,
that's a really
what I
interesting
hear.
dynamic, because I know in our general population of homeless, people usually are from that same neighborhood, but when you're escaping an unsafe place, you have to get as far away as you can.
Mhm.
So, so then, what are some misconceptions about what people think you do that you really don't do?
Well, sometimes people mistake us for Weston Outreach, which provides mental health and chemical dependency services. We are not affiliated with them. We work closely with them and we're partners, but we don't.
You're not them.
Right, we're not. We're not
We're
them.
not counselors.
We also are not CPS, which sometimes people mistake us for child protection services. Though we are mandated reporters, so if we know about child abuse, we have to report it,
Right.
or vulnerable adult abuse, we have to report that. But we don't have authority to take people's children or anything like that. So
Okay.
sometimes people think that we have some kind of power that we don't actually have.
I know another big misconception is that folks don't believe that we work with men.
Uh-huh.
And that we believe only women are being abused. And that's a huge misconception.
So that's one we really want to clear up one more
Yes.
time, that it's all populations,
all populations.
all gender identifications, anyone that's being abused in a family or situation.
Any shape or form.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And that's so great. Now, are there people in the area here that can volunteer and help you in any way? How do people help you?
Yeah.
Donations?
We get a lot of donations by folks in the county. We also get volunteers that will come in and work in our garden or come into the office and clean.
Nice.
And sort stuff out, make sure like things are organized. We have a lot of volunteers that do things like that.
And do you take toys and clothes and household goods that people would use to set up and start over?
We do at our thrift store, which is Windfall,
Okay.
which is also a part of our funding.
Oh,
Yeah.
excellent. Is that here in town?
Yep, it's just down the road,
Okay.
about 500 feet. It's really close. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
500 feet. That's close
And
for a
it's
thrift
open
store.
today.
And I
And
might
it's
be
open
going.
today.
Yeah, that's awesome. What is a way that people can get a hold of you if someone either wants to volunteer or if someone is concerned that they may need your services?
Well, we do have a Facebook page.
Excellent.
We also have our Forks Abuse website. We have our crisis line and the office number.
Okay, so let's go through. What's the Facebook site name?
It's Forks Abuse Program.
Just Forks Abuse Program.
That's right.
All right, and your website?
ForksAbuseProgram.org.
.org. Okay.
Our 24-hour crisis line is 360-374-CARE or 2273. And then our office line is 360-374-6411.
Okay, I'm going to have you say those phone numbers again because that's the hard part when people are trying to write
Yeah.
down.
Writing it down.
Okay.
So the 24-hour line, 360-374-2273, and then 360-374-6411.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want us to know about what you guys do here?
One of our big focuses over the past 3 years has been to move into a trauma-informed approach. So that is what you see when you walk into our office. We try to make it a warm entrance. You know, we offer people coffee, water, food if they're hungry. We have cozy couches
You do.
to sit on.
I mean, there's like you can see stuffed chairs here. All the rooms that I guess would be intake rooms or offices.
Yeah.
It all looks like somebody's home. As a matter of fact, I thought I was walking into someone's home when I got here.
Yeah.
I went, am I in the right place?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of the doors open and there's a friendly people and a kitchen to walk into.
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
used to all have our own offices, and and we also have a lot of different like craft and art things. People can paint, they can create, they
Nice.
can do yoga. We have music, essential oils.
Wow.
We also
garden.
focus hugely on wellness, so those things could play a part of that. So we're not just here for people to come in and talk about what they're going through. We're also here to help them heal from what they've gone through.
Right. And move on.
And we partner a lot with our tribal partners to do that. The Quileute tribe has certainly set a great example of what that looks like. And we also work very closely with the Ho-Macaw tribes in Newly, Quinault. So we just keep going, and it's a learning process for us, and we try things, and we try to teach people about breathing and how to use their bodies to feel better, and it's definitely been a great learning process, but we're still learning. So.
Well, what I like is just the holistic approach, and for people that are in that process of healing, instead of saying, okay, you got food, you got a house, you should be healing.
Right.
That's not how it happens, and a lot of times body work is the precursor, at least, for any kind of counseling work. So if you can't even breathe and you're in a panic attack, it's really not going to help you. Oh, 10 o'clock's my counseling session, and I can't get out of bed
Yeah.
because I'm in a panic mode.
Right.
So if any of you have had that experience, you know what we're talking about. And if you have not, trust us, it's not something you choose. When you're overwhelmed, it's that's what it is. It's overwhelmed. You cannot do it. And the fact that this is offered here and people know it's a safe place and that they're going to be listened to and not expected to come in already healed.
That's right.
And I think that's again the message of Low Barrier is come as you are.
And I want to make a point too that we also provide mobile advocacy as long as we're not going into a situation that could be unsafe for us. If folks can't actually get out of bed to come here, sometimes given the situation, we can go to them.
Excellent. Yeah. So again, what I'm hearing is a very not traditional social service, one that takes the people one at a time, takes the situations one at a time. Given the staff, the resources, you are flexible,
Yes.
and that's why people come here and trust this.
Right. Well,
Because they're treated like individuals.
Yes.
and we're not a state. I mean, we're not a state system. We're not a welfare system. We're a nonprofit organization, and we have privilege, communication. We have communication privileges, so totally confidential services.
Nice.
Yeah, we do. We want to reduce the violence in our community and our world, and overall, just want people just to feel better.
And so, in closing, where do people send money if they want to help you out?
P.O. Box 1775, Forks, Washington 98331.
Okay, one more time, because I want these checks to come flowing in.
Yes, you can send a donation to the Forks Abuse Program at P.O. Box 1775, Forks, Washington 98331.
Great. Thanks so much, everybody. And again, this has been Good News for a Change Serenity Style. We'll see you next time. Thanks.
Thank